In this video, we're going to begin our discussion with reviewing voting methods. So we're going to use a preference table below to determine who the winner is of the election by using the plurality method, board account, plurality with elimination, and pairwise comparison method. So let's start with plurality. Now remember, the plurality method tells me whichever candidate has the most first place votes is the winner. So A has 12 plus 18, 30 votes. B has 15 plus 14, which is 29. C has 21. And D has 0. So A would win the election using the plurality method. Okay, now let's take a look at the board account. So the board account gives you more points the higher place that you finish. So let's start with A. Let's count how many fourth place votes A has. So going across fourth place, that's 21. So 1 point for every fourth place vote. Plus, how many third place votes? That's 15 plus 14, that's 29. So you get 2 points for every third place vote. Plus second place, that is 0. So 3 times 0. And then first place, that's 12 plus 18, that is 30. 4 points for that. Multiply and add, you get 199. Let's go to B. So start with fourth place votes. That's 12 plus 18, that's 30. So 1 point for each. Third place, that's 21. So 2 times 21. Plus second place votes, there's none, so 3 times 0, plus first place, that's 15 plus 14, that's 29, so that's 4 times 29. So adding and multiplying, you get 188. All right, let's go to C then. So C would be number of fourth place votes, that's 14, so 1 times 14, plus third place votes, that's 2 times 18. Go to second place, that is going to be 12 plus 15, that's 27, so 3 times 27. Now go to first place, there's 21, so 4 times 21. Multiply and add, you get 215. All right, let's go to D then. So fourth place votes for D, that's 15, so 1 times 15. Plus third place votes, that's 12, so 2 times 12. Second place, 18 plus 14 plus 21. That equals 53, so 3 times 53. And D does not have any first place votes, so 4 times 0. So multiply and add, that's 198. Okay? So whoever has the most points wins the election. Well, clearly that's C. So let's write below. C wins the election using the board account method. Okay, next up is a plurality with elimination. Now remember, we're still counting first place votes, but in order for a candidate to win, they must have a majority of first place votes. That means more than 50%. So let's go back up. We've already done it for the plurality method, so the first round is easy. That's still going to be 30. That's still going to be 29 for B. It's still C has 21 and D has 0. So keep in mind, 30 plus 29 plus 21, that's 80. Okay? So A has the most votes, but the problem is going to be this. Well, we've got, what, 30 divided by 80. Well, that's equal to 0.375. Unfortunately for us, 0.375 is less than 5/10, so A has not won the majority. So which candidate has the least first place votes? That's D, so we're going to eliminate D. So let's go back up and eliminate D from each column. Now, we're going to do the first place votes again. The problem is D did not receive any first place votes. So A, B, and C still have the same first place votes. So A is still 30, B is 29, C is 21. 30 divided by 80 is still 0.375, and that's still less than 5/10. Now, which candidate has the least amount of first place votes? Now, that's C. So we will eliminate C. All right, let's go back up then. And now we're going to eliminate C from each column. Okay, now let's take a look and see who has the first place votes in each column. A here, B here, A here, B here, and then we got to go all the way down to B. So A still has 12 plus 18, that's 30, and B has 15 plus 14 plus 21, that's going to be 50. So I'm going to write that down below. So A has 30, B has 50. 50 divided by 80, that equals 0.625. Okay, 0.625 is greater than 5/10. Okay? So in this case, we can write the following. B wins the election using the plurality with elimination method. Okay, last method I want to have a conversation with is the pairwise comparison. So each candidate is going to go head-to-head. So we know what? A, B, C, and D. So what are the head-to-head or pairwises? Well, we certainly have A versus B. We have A versus C. We have A versus D. We have B versus C. We have B versus D. And we have C versus D. So we'll take a look at each column with each of the head-to-heads. Who's higher up on the ballot, A or B? Whoever is gets that many votes. So let's start with A versus B. Okay? So A is on top for the 12. A is on top for the 18. And that's it. B is on top of A for the 15, the 14, and the 21. So that's 30, and this is 50. So B wins this head-to-head. Okay? Now let's compare A to C. A is on top of C, so that's for the first one, that's 12. C is above A, that's 15. A is above C, that's 18 then. A is above C, that is 14. And C is above A for the last one, which is 21. Add them together. 44, 36. So A wins that round. Okay, let's go to A versus D. A is on top of D for the 12. A is on top of the D for the 15. A is on top of the D for 18. D is on top of A for the 14. D is above A for the 21. Add them. And you get 45 and 35. A wins that round. Okay, now let's go to B versus C. C is on top of B for the first, so that's 12. B is on top of C, so 15. C is on top of B, that is 18. B is on top of C, that's 14. And C is on top of B here, that's 21. Add them up. And we get 29 and 51. So C wins that. Okay, now let's do B versus D. So D is on top of B, that's 12. B is on top of D, that's 15. D is on top of B, that's 14. B is on top of D, that's 14. And D is on top of B here, that's 21. Add them up. So notice I had to change the 14 to 18 for D. Now let's add them up. That's 29 and 51. So D wins this round. Okay, one more I've got to check, C versus D. So in the first column, C is above D. Next one, C is above D. D is above C. D is above C. And C is above D. Add them up, and we get 48 and 32. C wins that round. Okay, so now let's add up the points. So go to A, that's 1 plus 1, that's 2 points for 2 wins. B, 1 point. Let's go to C. 1 plus 1, that's 2 points. And D, we have 1 point. So what do you notice at this stage? We have a tie between A and C. So let's write this out. Yeah, there is a tie between A and C when using the pairwise comparison method.